We went in, brought the 2 dogs, one at a time, a week apart, and one of the dogs is the personal dog of the president of the society. Right over to the corner, trying to climb up over the oil tank, sniffing around the...
There's an electrical panel there that they were alerting up the wall.
Okay.
You know.
trying to get in behind it, into the corner, into the area that was originally described to me.
Right.
But they can't climb over the oil tank.
No.
You know, so the only place they can lay down is addressing the corner right in front of it out here. But there's the hot spot there. This is where the dog is lying down.
Fred, I want to go back and ask you about, I know that there was more of a public part of this that happened earlier in April of 2019, and that involved cadaver dogs at a house where someone else had lived, but there was a new owner in it now, and they let you go in. What happened?
They let us go in. I couldn't believe.
Right.
A week later, a second dog, another cadaver dog, right in, boom, right over the corner, right up, trying to get around the oil tank, in back of it. Positive hit, you know, no question about it. And right out front, the closest the dog can get to the hot spot is where the same spot where the previous dog lay down. This dog down, right in the same spot.
I think I saw both of those videos, I think, are on YouTube online that people can see. It's pretty compelling to watch.
And the dog owners immediately said, that's a hit. That's a hit. That's positive.
So what happened?
We were all set to dig ourselves with a forensic anthropologist, and we had a retired state police officer with us. I guess he's not quite so retired. I guess they don't retire. I guess the Blue Brotherhood's alive and well. He went straight to the state police, told them about it. And the state police did exactly what we knew they were going to do. And that's the reason we didn't tell them. They came right down and shut us down. Out. We're taking over this. That led to what I referred to last April as the Little Dig. The anthropologist said it was going to take 2 days to excavate this area down and then in. The state police went in there ham-handedly. In 3 hours, they dug down and announced there's nothing there. They dug out in the area in front of where the dogs hit. But that's not the hot spot. The hot spot's over there, and they're digging out here. In 3 hours, they come out and said, "Well, that's it, nothing there," you know. And the anthropologist said, "What are you talking about? Let me go in and look." And no, nobody's coming in. The only way to do it now is we'd have to buy the house. It's a new owner now.
Oh, it's another owner now.
Another owner now.
Okay.
The new owners that were there who let us in have since sold.
It seems like this has been some long journey trying to find resolution and to put Maura to rest. You've told the story, you've told your frustrations of this investigation, you haven't lost your passion for it. What do you want the public to know, to remember from this interview, and what do you want the public to do?
I haven't proven it yet, but the only way to get things done is to never give up. And there's no chance we're ever going to give up. I mean, there's a little girl lying somewhere, depending on me to bring her home, you know, and
Absolutely.
I'm not giving up.
I know.
But that's off the table. It's just a question of how we go about doing it. We need all kinds of help, but I think we can get some from the law. There was a recent case in New Hampshire. It's called the Bear Brook case.
Right. Familiar with that.
In which a mother and 3 children were killed, and of course it was a cold case. They put it to bed, you know.
Right, they're in the old industrial barrels, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's what it was. That's what it was. And a gal named Becky Heath, who took this on, just a private citizen, and made it her full-time job, basically, or her full-time avocation, and found out all she could find out about it, and actually eventually solved it. And by means of the Freedom of Information Act, the Right to Know law, these things are real. They apply.
Right.
And the authorities in New Hampshire have been able to get around it somehow. I don't see how. How can they?
Was she a librarian? And she helped, I think, track down the identities? Because I know that there were a couple people involved in that, including some forensic genealogists. There were also detectives. But she played, as I remember, a very important role in that. But what can someone do to help your family right now?
There's not much the public can do.
Do you have...
If they could clamor for a politician or something like that, point out that there are new technologies nowadays, that there's crowdsourcing. That you got a bunch of people on an internet site. If they're fed, if they have any information at all to work with.
What we can do here on the South Shore is we're going to always keep your story in the light, keep Maura in the light, get her word out there. If there's any new developments, some people knew her, but a lot of people know of her and feel that they want to help and they want to keep her memory alive and do whatever they can to help you. So we're going to always stay in touch with you and make sure we get this out here. Let's get that email one more time, Curtis.
All right, so it was mauramurrayfamilydirect@gmail.com.
Okay, that's terrific. And anything else you gentlemen want to add?
I mean, for us, the most important thing is just keeping the story alive, not
Okay.
letting it fade. You know, keep it in your mind, and any information you get relayed to us via the email, state police, media, and that's probably the best thing that we can do, just to keep it rolling and keep Maura in your thoughts.
Absolutely. We will here at WATD, we have done that since the beginning. We will continue to do that. Fred, any other comment you want to add?
I want to express my gratitude to all the people that have kept the situation alive, kept the memory of Maura alive and the case going. Otherwise, that's the only thing that's keeping this. Otherwise, she's just a forgotten statistic. But it's been the people that she knew, and the locals, and people like yourself, and that refuse to let this die and refuse to let these people get away with it. Whoever grabbed her, bring her home and give her a proper burial, and make sure that the people that did this that get what they should get.
Okay. We appreciate you joining us today. Fred Murray, your son Curtis here. We're going to remember Maura, and we're going to hope and pray for good things to happen with the search for her, and so you can bring her back and have a proper burial for your daughter. Thank you so much for joining us.